evening, everybody. It is Monday night, which means it is time for CPS News with Jesse and Brent, the news that speaks your language. So happy you guys have joined us. We're, a year and a half old now or so. I don't know, somebody was asking me how long you've been on, so I figured I'd keep up to date. We should check that.
Well, there we go. Welcome to CPS News. Thanks for being here tonight. Hope you had a great weekend and looking forward to a fantastic week and a lot of information today. Very important, very interesting information. So stay with us.
Absolutely. So we're going to roll the headlines. And as I usually say, let's go.
A dramatic joint operation between the FBI and local authorities leads to the rescue of a kidnapped American at a motel near the border of Nayarit and Jalisco. Puerto Vallarta receives over 2 million ballots for Mexico's first ever federal judicial election. Find out how this historic vote will work. Our resident relocation expert, Des with a Z, is back with more surprising tips about moving to paradise. In sports news, Dave breaks down the high-energy action at the Bucerias Wind Festival, who flew high and who wiped out. The city is alive with pride. We take you to the streets of the Zona Romantica for a look at this year's theme, parties, and parade. On our Voices of Vallarta segment, the Vallarta Abuelos launched their annual school bag project. Hear how this local group is changing lives one backpack at a time. Catch these stories and more on the 1-hour edition of CPS News with Jesse and Brent, the news that speaks your language.
In our first story tonight, we have tragic news out of Iztapa. A young woman has died after suffering severe burns in an attack allegedly carried out by her brother-in-law. Authorities say he doused her in gasoline and set her on fire during a violent argument in Las Juntas. She was rushed to a local hospital, and there were plans to transfer her to Guadalajara for more advanced treatment, but unfortunately her condition worsened, and she passed away before the helicopter could arrive. The suspect was caught trying to flee and was initially charged with attempted femicide. That charge has now been upgraded to femicide, and this is the first confirmed case in 2025 here in Puerto Vallarta. Local feminist groups and residents are calling for justice and stronger protections for women. The investigation is still underway as prosecutors work to build the case. Thank you to Guadalupe Arce for our first story tonight.
Thanks, Brent. Just heartbreaking. Our thoughts are with the victim's family, and we will continue following this case as more details come in. Next up, in Puerto Vallarta, a new development project is stirring up controversy. This is very, very important. Please listen up. Joe has the story.
In Puerto Vallarta, a major development project is moving forward despite growing environmental concerns. Mayor Luis Ernesto Munguia has confirmed that construction will begin soon on a new pier in Mismaloya as part of the larger Nautical Staircase Initiative, a multi-million peso plan to improve the maritime mobility across the Bahía de Banderas. The project, backed by a 55 million peso investment from the state, aims to create a modern ferry and aqua taxi network that will ease road congestion, boost tourism, and connect key points around the bay. Plans include piers with commercial areas, digital reservation platforms, and links to land transport like bikes and buses. However, several environmental groups, including marine biologists and researchers from UNAM, are sounding the alarm. They say the project could further harm marine life already at risk, such as whales, sea turtles, and manta rays. In a recent press conference, they presented evidence of injuries and deaths caused by boat collisions and warned that noise and pollution will only increase. In response, Mayor Munguia says he respects their concerns and promises to socialize the project, meaning he'll open it up for community dialogue. He also committed to reducing the impact on marine life, including changes to vessels to help protect ocean species. Despite opposition, the mayor insists the people of Mismaloya have long requested this infrastructure and development must continue, but with caution and collaboration. With information from Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Thanks, Joe. We're going to keep you posted on that story. And of course, with my involvement with Amigos de los Arcos, I for sure am going to be watching and very interested how that progresses. In our next story tonight, big changes are coming to higher education at Bahía de Banderas, and Maria has all the details.
Exciting news for future healthcare professionals in Bahía de Banderas. Starting in September 2025, the Universidad Tecnológica de Bahía de Banderas, or UTBB, will officially launch its new medicine program. The announcement came this weekend from Nayarit Governor Miguel Ángel Navarro Quintero, who confirmed the long-anticipated expansion. The new degree will allow local students to pursue medical studies close to home, without the need to travel to other states, a major step forward for higher education in the region. This development follows a promise made by the governor back in September 2024, during the inauguration at UTBB's Hotel School, when he first revealed plans for a new building to house medicine and nursing programs. Nearly a year into construction, progress is well underway. The new facilities are expected to be ready in time for the first class of medical students in 2025. Official reports indicate that around 53 million pesos have been invested so far, not just in the medical building, but also in an adjacent space for physical therapy studies. The UTBB's expansion reflects a broader vision to strengthen local education and healthcare training. Details about admissions requirements and enrollment will be announced in coming months. So stay tuned and get ready for a healthier future in Bahía de Banderas. With information from Israel Torres, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
Now, on one of our top stories tonight, a U.S. citizen has been rescued from a kidnapping situation thanks to a joint operation involving the FBI and the state prosecutors from Nayarit and Jalisco, along with local police. The rescue happened Friday afternoon, May 9th, at the Velomor Motel. That's on the highway between San Vicente and Mezcales in San Clemente de Lima. Authorities moved in quickly after the FBI intercepted a ransom call from the kidnappers to the victim's family in the U.S. That triggered a coordinated response with Mexican law enforcement. By Sunday morning, officials confirmed the operation was to free the kidnapping victim. The individual was found with injuries and signs of abuse. Their identity has not been released. At least 2 people were arrested and several vehicles were seized at the scene. So far, neither Nayarit nor Jalisco prosecutors have issued an official statement, but the case is already raising concerns about safety and security for international visitors and residents. The rescue shows what's possible with international cooperation, but also points to the need for continued attention to local security issues. Thank you to Miguel Gonzalez Carrera for that story. But now, a quick word from our sponsor, Cerámica Exclusivas.
Oh yeah, this may give mom the gift that truly lasts, the comfort and beauty of a home she adores. At Cerámicas Exclusivas, they are celebrating mothers with incredible savings. Enjoy up to 40% off selected top brands in exquisite flooring, luxurious bathrooms, and delightful home accessories. Create a space that reflects her unique style, a haven of elegance and warmth, just for her. Visit Cerámicas Exclusivas at Calle Federación 390 in Ixtapa, or explore the possibilities online at ceramicasexclusivas.com. Cerámicas Exclusivas, making her dream home reality this May. Now here's Brent with our news story for tonight.
Well, tonight we seem to have a couple stories that are hitting close to home for me. One, being a scuba diver, I'm really interested in the ocean one, but now we've got a motorcycle story as well. So here's the motorcycle one. All right, in the early hours of Saturday morning, police in Bahía de Banderas shut down what appeared to be the start of an illegal motorcycle meetup in Mezcales. According to a citizen report, a group of young riders had gathered in a parking lot of a supermarket near Riviera Nayarit Boulevard and Avenida Rincón de Cielo, and authorities say it looked like they were gearing up for stunts or street races. I'm not sure they could tell, but maybe they were practicing. Before things could escalate, officers with the Tactical Operations Group moved in. The riders were cleared from the scene and issued strong warnings. Officials say the area has been flagged as a red zone after repeated complaints, and patrols will now be stepping up. The swift response, they say, is part of a larger push to stop dangerous activity before it becomes a serious risk to the public safety. Well, you're not going to see me anytime soon doing wheelies down 200, but if you do spot someone doing that, please stay clear to not injure them or injure yourself, no matter how dumb they are. They don't deserve to be in a wreck.
Oh my gosh, were you with them?
I was not.
Are you sure, Brent?
I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe years ago I might be doing that, but no, when I see the wheelies going up and down the street, I just try to avoid them. I mean, what are you going to do? And just hope that they don't wreck and they're flip-flops and no helmet.
These kids nowadays.
Oh, you kids. We sound old. Oh, no. I knew it was going to happen.
All right, well, we got to go on a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we got a lot more for you, so stick around here on CPS News in English.
Welcome back, and thank you for sticking with us. We are here with CPS News, the news that speaks your language. And just a reminder, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to leave a comment below. All right, today we are diving into a topic more and more people are thinking about in 2025, and it's relocating to Mexico. But it's not just about packing your bags and picking a beach town.
That's right. Joining us again is Des with the Z, founder of My Destination, Puerto Vallarta's trusted relocation expert. She has helped hundreds of people move here not just with ease, but with intention. Today, she is breaking down the real steps to moving aboard and the deeper transformation that comes with it. If you have been dreaming about a new life in Mexico, this is one segment you do not want to miss. Welcome, Des. How are you today?
I'm so great, guys. Thank you so much. I'm super happy to be here.
With that big intro, I mean, we are ready to hear what you got.
I know,
that was
right?
huge.
Yeah. Well,
has
thanks,
great
guys. I'm
information.
super excited to be here. So let us start with the practical side because, yes, you still need legal residency to live in Mexico long term. As of this month, the regularization program is officially canceled across Mexico. That program helped people regularize their immigration status if they had overstayed a tourist visa during COVID. But now that door has closed, which means in 2025, your best option is financial solvency. This means proving around $4,700 to $4,900 US per month in income for the past 12 months, or roughly $72,000 to $81,000 US in savings, ideally seasoned in your account for at least 6 to 12 months. And here is what most people miss. Not all consulates are created equal. Some have higher approval rates and friendlier policies like Omaha, Indianapolis, Houston, and St. Paul, while others like San Diego, Seattle, San Francisco, or Chicago, not so much. Then there's the rest of the checklist. Bringing pets, and you will need specific health certificates and customs forms. Housing, make sure you never wire money before seeing a place. Then there's things like health insurance, remote income, driving across borders. The list is long, and Google often gives outdated information. But here is what no one talks about. Moving abroad is not just a change of location. It's a change of identity. And most of all, my clients fall into one of three categories. First, we start with the freedom seekers, often in their 20s or 30s, burnt out from the grind, wanting more creativity, freedom, and meaning. Then we have the rebalancers. These are those professionals who are still working remotely and they're trying to find a life that actually feels good. And finally, we have the reinventors. These are our wonderful retirees or those recently divorced asking, who am I now? And what do I want this next chapter to look like? Because the truth is, relocation is not just logistical, it's psychological. And you're leaving more than just a country. You're leaving identities, routines, relationships, and sometimes even your own sense of purpose. This is why my work goes way beyond checklists. I help people design a life that reflects who they really are and who they're becoming, not just get them a rental visa with a visa stamp.
Oh my gosh, that's really great information. I wonder, Brent, what are you, the freedom guy or the reinventor? Which one are you?
I think, honestly, I think I'm reinventing. I wouldn't have labeled myself that because I did come here fully retired, but I also realized that you made a good point there about refinding purpose. And for me, it was like I kind of lost a little bit in paradise and I needed purpose again. And so I reinvented myself here for you all.
I love it.
And myself.
I love it. You always bring such a unique perspective, to this moving to Mexico. So tell us, where can people find you?
Well, you can always find me online at www.mydestination.com, and that's destination with a Z because I'm Des. I offer private relocation consultations, VIP neighborhood tours, and full relocation packages to help you move to Mexico the easy way. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at My Destination for tips, stories, and real talk about life in Mexico.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that information with us, Des. It was fantastic. It was very great. I always really learn a lot from Des with the C. Thanks again. We will see you next time with more tools, stories, and support to help you build your dream life here in Mexico. Next up, a quick look at the distinguished recipients of the Premio Vallarta 2025. It's the highest civic honor awarded by the city. Let's check it out.
In celebration of Puerto Vallarta's 107th anniversary as a municipality and 57th year as a city, the local government has announced the distinguished recipients of the Premio Vallarta 2025. The highest civic honor awarded by the city. On Monday, May 12th, the Consultative Council for the Premio Vallarta met in City Hall to review nominations and select this year's honorees. Presiding over the session were Mayor Luis Ernesto Munguia Gonzalez, along with members of the City Council, including city officials, artists, and civic leaders. Out of 9 categories, only 5 awards were granted as 4 were declared void due to a lack of qualifying candidates. Among the notable recipients, Rafael Llerena Zambrano was selected for the Ignacio Luis Vallarta Ogazon Award. He was recognized for an exemplary life and career dedicated to the betterment of the Puerto Vallarta community. The nonprofit group Limpiar tu Mar received the Jesus Palacios Robles Award for its outstanding work in social assistance and altruism, particularly in ocean cleanup and environmental education. Marcela Lepe Quiroz earned the Manuel Lepe Macedo Award for her contributions and excellence in the arts, following, of course, in the creative legacy of her celebrated father. Susana Judith Mendoza Carreño was honored with the Guadalupe Sanchez Torres Award for her advocacy and efforts in the environmental protection and conservation across the region. Danielle Garcia Monroy was recognized with the Alfonso Diaz Santos Award for her achievement in sports, inspiring admiration and pride within the community. Meanwhile, the categories for education, culture promotion, tourism promotion, and business development remained without recipients this year, highlighting the importance of continued civic engagement and excellence in the areas. The official presentation of the awards will take place during the solemn City Council session on May 31st as part of the city's anniversary festivities. The Premio Vallarta continues to serve as a meaningful recognition of individuals and organizations whose work uplifts Puerto Vallarta, celebrating a spirit of service, creativity, and commitment to the community. With information from MGG, Barbara Lapointe, CPS News.
Okay, Mexico is making history by voting for judicial positions for the first time ever. The ballots have just arrived. And here's Joe with the details.
Puerto Vallarta has officially received over 2 million ballots for Mexico's first ever national judicial elections, set to take place on June 1st. The packages, escorted by the military, arrived at the INE offices in the Lopez Mateos neighborhood and will be used in the 5th District to elect a total of 33 judicial positions. This unprecedented federal election will allow citizens to vote for ministers of the Supreme Court, magistrates of the Electoral Tribunal, and the Judicial Discipline Tribunal, as well as circuit judges and district judges. Each voter will receive 6 ballots and cast votes for 9 Supreme Court ministers, 5 Judicial Discipline Tribunal magistrates, 2 for the Superior Chamber of the Electoral Tribunal, and 3 for the Regional Electoral Tribunal. Additionally, voters will elect 8 circuit magistrates and between 5 and 6 district judges, depending on their district. Polls will open at 8 a.m. and close at 6 p.m. For this election, the voting process will be slightly different. Voters will be seated while casting their votes, which is expected to make the process more comfortable and deliberate. Although public interest in the election has been lower than expected, the Electoral Authority has prepared polling stations and trained staff across the country. All citizens on the official registry are encouraged to study the candidates in advance and participate in this unique democratic exercise. With information from Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Making history here in Mexico. Now we have another word from our sponsor, and this time is Katrina Cantina.
It's that time again, everybody, and Puerto Vallarta is gearing up for the 2025 hurricane season, and local authorities are stepping up their preparations. This week, civil protection, firefighters, and government officials met at the International Convention Center to review emergency plans as part of the Special Civil Protection Program for 2025. They focus on improving emergency response, setting up safe shelters, and making sure all levels of government can quickly coordinate if a storm hits. Officials also reminded residents that staying informed and following official instructions during storms is crucial. Safety is a shared responsibility, and Puerto Vallarta is taking this very seriously. With planning, teamwork, and public awareness, the city aims to reduce the risks and keep everyone safe during all of hurricane season. Thank you to Lupillo Arce for that story. But next, Maria has the latest on a governor who might be at risk of losing his U.S. visa. Here's the entire story.
The governor of Nayarit, Miguel Ángel Navarro Quintero, has reportedly been placed on a confidential blacklist by the United States government known as the Marco List. This development could lead to the cancellation of his U.S. visa, the freezing of bank accounts, and other diplomatic sanctions. The list, named after U.S. Senator Marco Rubio, includes 44 Mexican officials, spanning political, administrative, and military roles, who are suspected of having ties to drug cartels and transnational criminal organizations. It is managed by multiple U.S. agencies, including the Department of State, the Department of Justice, DEA, FBI, OFAC, CBP, and Homeland Security. While not publicly acknowledged by the Mexican government, the Marco List operates under U.S. laws such as the Patriot Act and foreign terrorist organization statutes. It does not require bilateral cooperation with Mexico and carries significant consequences for those included. Sanctions imposed on individuals named on the list include immediate cancellation of U.S. visas, including those of family members, detentions and questioning at border points, asset freezes, and permanent bans on business dealings with American institutions. Confidential alerts are also sent to Mexico's Financial Intelligence Unit. Navarro Quintero, currently in the final 2 years of his term, has yet to issue an official response. His reported inclusion follows a similar case involving the governor of Baja California, Marina del Pilar Ávila Olmeda, whose visa and U.S. accounts were recently revoked. With information from Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
We will, of course, keep monitoring this story and bring you the details as we receive them. One of the busiest streets in North Puerto Vallarta, Politécnico Nacional, is becoming dangerous for pedestrians. This road connects important areas like Francisco Medina Asensio Boulevard and Avenida Mexico, leading to Mojoneras, Ixtapa, and El Pitillal. But in the section between La Aurora Apartments and Villas del Mar, the sidewalks disappear completely. People walking there have to step into traffic, especially when weeds grow during the rainy season and block the path completely. Citizens are asking the authorities to solve this long-standing problem. Every day, hundreds of students from CPS 68, as well as neighbors, workers, cyclists, and runners from nearby neighborhoods like La Aurora and Portales pass through this area, risking their safety on the street. Thank you so much, Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, for this information. And next up, in Sayulita, a growing conflict over access to a popular beach is sparking protest. Brent has the details.
In what seems to be an ongoing theme, we have another access to beach story or beach blow up among people. So this time in Sayulita, locals are protesting the closure of the only public path to Marpaso Beach. They say a new tourist development has fenced off access with barbed wire, blocking entry to a protected beach known for turtle nesting and cultural significance. Residents have shared photos on social media showing the construction. They say the beach is part of an ancient path used by native communities since way back in the 1920s. The project has all the necessary permits from Semarnat and the local authorities, but people are upset about losing access to what they call a public treasure. The developers plans to build 27 private villas and says the project will respect the environment and the local culture. Still, locals are calling for the government to protect the beach and halt the development before it's too late. Thank you to our own Miguel Gonzalez Guerra for that story.
And we do have an update on that story. I know that the governor of Nayarit said that was not going to happen. And also, the guy from Bahía de Banderas, Mr. Santana, said that he will not allow that and that he will make sure that there's access to this beach. So there's that.
Good update, Jesse, on the spot with the news. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, stay tuned. Don't go anywhere because you're going to want to be back here for the Voices of Vallarta because this week we've got Anne-Marie from the Vallarta Abuelos. So don't go anywhere. We'll see you in just a minute with CPS News. Welcome back, and it's time for our interview segment, and it's Voices of Vallarta. And today, I'm extremely happy to have a representative from the Vallarta Abuelos here, and it's Anne-Marie. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for coming in and telling us all about this great organization. We've interviewed you guys on the radio before, but I know our viewers wanted to learn more about the Vallarta Abuelos and what you're doing. So let's get them introduced to what you're all about. So for viewers that aren't familiar, can you give me a little overview of about what the Vallarta Abuelos does and what they're doing now here in our area?
Well, basically, when we arrived, I noticed that there were 5 or 6 groups that worked with dogs. And our hearts really would prefer to help children, but there's the language barrier and cultural issues, and you're not really sure what's acceptable or not. So I became a bridge by founding Vallarta Abuelos. We do 2 huge projects. Twice a year, we provide 800 backpacks filled with supplies or 800 big bags of Christmas gifts. The first time these children have ever seen Santa, and these gifts are like Barbies and Legos and very nice gifts, a whole bag. But also we have a sponsorship program. 60 children have all of their school costs covered, and 5 are in college, and I'm so very proud of that. because for a Mexican low-income child to make it to that level really takes a whole village.
Wow, that's amazing and uplifting. And we do have a lot of organizations for the dogs, and I've been involved in them, but it is nice to have a few that, you know, are also obviously helping the public. And I love what you guys do. It's a great story. And I've been following one of your standout initiatives, which I think you've mentioned just briefly, which is your annual backpack donation drive, which I think just started or is about to start. Tell me a little bit about that. Tell our viewers a little bit about that. And how does that change lives with the local students here?
Actually, it just kicked off today, so the
Perfect.
timing was just by chance. But we collect either donated backpacks, school supplies, any sort of school supplies. Some people actually bring them down in their luggage when you get 4 notebooks for $1 at the local Walmart, because there are no sales here, you know, of any sort. So, or you can just donate online. We have a GoFundMe page. Just go to the Facebook Vallarta Abuelos, and there you'll see the announcement and the GoFundMe page. Cash is always good too. And then in August, we'll have a big party, and we come together and we pack them. Different sizes backpacks for different ages of children, you know, because if you're in high school, you've got a stack of books this big that you have to carry around every day. You need a larger backpack. So they're all age appropriate and according to the grade that the child is in.
So how long have the Vallarta Abuelos been in existence now?
I arrived 6 years ago.
Wow.
And I noticed it was Christmas time. It was the 23rd, actually. And a little boy playing in my house said he was very sad because he was not going to have any Christmas. He said, Mom said, we don't even have enough money for a cake this Christmas.
Wow.
And that broke my heart. So we figured King's Day is the 6th, we're going to start. And we got 55 bags of toys for children that very first year. And now it's 800. With the help of the public.
Wow. So I know we're going to show like the way to reach you and how to get involved and how to you know, be part of this great stuff. But, you know, what is there one story, like one success story that you generally think about that is the reason why you just keep getting up every day and doing this?
Well, I'd also like to say that according to the Constitution, school is free, but it's actually not. There's 600 pesos in most schools to register. And then there's 500 to 900 pesos for school supplies such as erasers for the whiteboards and markers and white paper for the copy machine. So school is really quite expensive for a lower level employee. And I'm thinking of one little boy, Brandon. He was in 7th grade. He couldn't read at all. So he's been coming for tutor. He has a scholarship, but he's also been coming for tutoring because you have to maintain a certain grade level if you have a scholarship. He's reading at the 5th grade level after 1 year. And that just thrills me because I was worried about his future. What in the world could he do? Or the autistic children, or the blind boy, or the deaf child who are part of this program. Now we think they have a fair chance for a better life in the future.
Gosh, I love that you're here. I love that you're sharing this information with our viewers. We're pretty much out of time now, but please, please, please do look at the links on here. Become part of this community. Get a backpack. That was an amazing story, and I feel honored that you came on television with me to share this.
Thank you.
And so thank you so much. If you would like to be part of Voices of Vallarta, you can. Please reach out and reach out to us. We'd love to have you on. And for now, we're going to have to move on to our next story. And here's Sunny providing those details.
In a major boost to its reputation, Puerto Vallarta has been ranked the 2nd safest city in Mexico, according to the latest safety index by Numbeo, a respected international platform that gauges public perception on crime, safety, during the day and night, and offences against property and individuals. While Abu Dhabi tops the global chart with a safety score of 88.6, Puerto Vallarta earns a strong 85.1, placing just behind Mérida, which leads in Mexico with a score of 75.5. These numbers reflect a growing sense of trust and security among residents and visitors alike. This recognition comes at a pivotal time. Under the leadership of Mayor Luis Mangua, Puerto Vallarta has invested significantly in public safety, acquiring new patrol vehicles, electric bikes, and advanced surveillance technology to boost the efficiency of the municipal police. Thanks to these efforts, the city has been a notable drop in crime rates, particularly in theft-related offences involving motorcycles, vehicles, homes, and businesses. The improvement has not only enhanced quality of life for locals, but also strengthened Puerto Vallarta's appeal as a safe place to live, invest, or vacation. By prioritising cross-agency coordination and encouraging community involvement, Puerto Vallarta continues to build a resilient social fabric, proving that safety is not just about policing, but also about prevention and unity. With information from Guadalupe Arque, Melissa Louise, CPS News.
Thank you, Sunny, for that story, and that's great info for our area for sure. But now, are you concerned about your health and your well-being? Well, don't miss the opportunity to take care of yourself. Hospital Hoya offers a wide range of top-quality medical services, including comprehensive health checkups, laboratory and imaging services, consultations with medical specialists, 24/7 emergency care, intensive care unit, pediatric unit, and so much more. For more information or to schedule an appointment, just give them a call, 322-226-1010 or 322-226-8181. Stay up to date on special offers and promotions just by following Hospital Hoya on social media, because your health and your family is what matters most. Hospital Hoya, committed to your health.
And after Hospital Hoya, yes, David is here with all of the sports information. How are you, though?
Doing great. Had a great weekend. Nice to see you both at the Wind Festival in Buenos Aires.
It was nice and windy.
Yeah, we got to see you in action out there, covering the sports.
I don't know about that, but
I love it. Well, not on the board. You weren't actually out there in the ocean, but no,
just
I got to see
reporting.
It was pretty awesome.
On the beach, 100%.
Can't wait to hear what you have to say about it.
All right. Well, here we go, Vallarta. From ropes and rodeos to wild winds and open waters, Puerto Vallarta is alive with sports action, and I have the full scoop for you. Whether you're into traditional sports, extreme adventure, or athletic feats for a cause, this week had something truly special. Let's start with a story that is all about Mexican pride, discipline, and keeping cultural roots alive. Comude Charreria. Right here in Puerto Vallarta, Comude has officially launched its brand new Youth Charreria Sports School. Now, if you don't know what Charreria is, think of it as Mexico's answer to rodeo, but with way more culture, elegance, and tradition. It is considered Mexico's national sport, and now local kids and teens ages 8 to 18 can dive into it firsthand. Classes are happening every Monday and Wednesday afternoon at the Lienzo Charo Miguel Prieto Iberia. And yes, there is a uniform, long sleeves, boots, hat, and a rope. Because when you're a charo, you have got to look the part. It's just 100 pesos to register and 800 pesos a month. And you can pay at the Alfonso Diaz Santos Sports Complex. That's the Estadio de la Bobadilla, if you're wondering. For more information, call 322-368-8241. Charreria is more than just a sport. It's a chance for the next generation to connect with Mexican roots, learn discipline, and be part of the community. And I, for one, love seeing traditions like this passed on. Let's move from horses to high-speed air, because this past weekend, the Festival del Viento 2025 blew through Riviera Nayarit, and it was absolutely epic. From May 16th to the 18th, the beach at Gran Ocean was packed with over 400 athletes from more than 10 countries, all showing off insane skills in one of the most exciting wind sports festivals in the Americas. I'm talking freestyle kiteboarding, wild flips, stunts in the sky, and yes, some big air that literally defied gravity. There was slalom, downwind racing, and the futuristic foil regatta, where boards glide above the water like they're floating above the water. I mean, is this science or magic? You can decide. The beach crowd and I soaked it all in. Sun, music, food, and total great vibes. This festival isn't just about sport, it's about connecting with nature, supporting eco-friendly tourism, and bringing people together. All in all, a major win for Nayarit and a reminder that our coastline is as fierce as it is beautiful. And now, one of the most inspiring stories of the week. Let's give a big shout out to Stephanie Montero Bending, a Mexican open water swimmer who just swam 43 kilometers. That's like a marathon on or in the water from Isabel Island to El Cestio Beach in Nayarit. Stephanie took only 15 hours nonstop. And get this, she did not do this to win a medal, but to raise funds for environmental causes. Stephanie is the president of Nado por las Ballenas, a nonprofit that supports whale rescue, coral reef protection, plastic reduction, and environmental education for kids and teens. This swim will help fund 8 major actions, including removing ghost nets, monitoring marine life, and pushing for protected natural areas. This isn't her first challenge either. In 2023, she swam across Banderas Bay, and in 2024, she swam 120 kilometers around it. Since founding her nonprofit, she's helped rescue 13 whales, install 11 coral nurseries, and raise almost 2 million pesos. With the support of local business leaders and groups like AEBA, she's proving that sports and environmental action can absolutely go hand in hand. So let's give her a big round of applause, or at least a virtual fist bump. And hey, before we wrap things up, we have got to give a huge shout out to 5 incredible young athletes from Puerto Vallarta who just made the Jalisco state team for the upcoming National Olympics in Colima. Congratulations to Daniela Araguin, Ana Arellano, Ese Castañeda, Yeseli Gil, and Melissa Briseño. All of them were called up for the pre-tournament training camp in Guadalajara. They will be working hard for the next 2 weeks to get ready, and the goal is clear: bring home a spot on the podium for Jalisco in the women's division. These girls are fast, fierce, and full of talent, and they are representing Vallarta with pride. So whether your heart's into the wind sports and flying high, the youth of rodeo learning new traditions and skills with charreria, or you're supporting the health of our bay and ecosystem with a modest 43-kilometer swim, the athletic venues and sporting challenges of the Vallarta area continue to be a source for our athletes to shine and show their passion for their sports. And again, a huge thanks to Fernanda Borges for her work with these stories. I'm David, and I'll see you out there in the Bahía de Banderas. Nos vemos. Back to you.
I love it. I love the stories that you have this week. I was so excited about the Wind Festival, and then you come up with charros, and then this great swim. Kudos, Stephanie. Thank you for doing that. I love the information this week. How about you?
No, I loved it. And again, I love being at the Wind Festival with you guys. And
Same here.
That was fun.
And we got to meet a few of our viewers while we're out there. So, hey, y'all, we told you we'd say hey, so hey. But no, great stuff. And I remember that swim a couple times ago. We've covered that on the news. And
Yes,
it's
we
amazing
have.
that she does that.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
really.
amazing that she does that.
All right, well, thank you so much, Dave, and let's move on. Yes, next up, a quick word from our sponsor, Mari Galante. Yeah, the legendary pirate ship Mari Galante is here and is waiting for you with the brand new, fully renewed, immersive pirate show. Incredible acrobatics, special effects, music, water activities, and an experience you will never forget. Take advantage of a limited time 45% discount on the exclusive premium menu. Savor the delicious beef medallion with lobster, filet mignon with shrimp, or irresistible vegetarian and vegan options like pirate-style lasagna or ratatouille. But that's not all. Your VIP menu includes a premium open bar with top-shelf brands like Grey Goose, Don Julio, Jack Daniels, Bucanas, and many more. Plus, meet Josefino. This is the new pirate ship mascot. And don't forget to snap a selfie for the memories. Food, fun, and fantasy await you aboard. Book now at pirateshipvallarta.com and live the Mardi Galante experience like a true VIP pirate. Arr. And guess what, Brent? Guess what?
Yes, Jesse.
There's also a 2-for-1 right now at Pirate Ship Vallarta for the daytime experience. So go to pirateshipvallarta.com right now. And if you don't have a 2, you can just get a 50% off your 1 ticket. So.
Nice. So you can bring me with you next time.
Yes.
Sorry, Ramon. Fair enough. Also, I want to update everybody. There is a story that's gone around this week, and we didn't put it on the news this week. But there's going to be some new Wi-Fi points around the city.
It's true.
So if you're running around the city and you're looking up how to get on that pirate ship, you can definitely connect almost anywhere. So hey, there's a quick update for you. Look for those connecting spots.
All right. Let's go on a quick break, and then when we come back, we have some events for you.
Welcome back, everybody, and thanks for sticking with CPS News, the news that speaks your language. And Jesse, you've got an interesting little story to share.
Yes, I need to tell you guys about this. Do not do this. Do not do this. There is a little crocodile story or video, viral video here in Puerto Vallarta. I don't know if production can put it on right now. Oh my gosh, look at this crocodile. It's humongous. It's a holy beach, and the tourists are feeding him fish. You guys do not do this, please. If you see a crocodile, run for your life. What do you think, Brent?
I agree. I mean, after you get a good photo. No, don't listen to me. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to Jesse.
Do that.
No, don't do. This
Don't
is like
get
a mom.
selfie.
This is like a mom-dad thing. Don't do what dad says. Only do what mom says. Fair enough. Wow, that was pretty crazy.
I know, it's
okay,
crazy.
So don't feed the crocodiles. They can get their own food should they want to, and hopefully it's not you.
And hopefully the crocodiles are not at any of the events we have prepared for you.
I did not see any at Windfest. All right, it is time to move on to our events calendar, and this week Melissa's going to be presenting them. So let's go. Let's hear what she's got to say.
Puerto Vallarta and Riviera Nayarit are serving up something special. It's Restaurant Week. Personally, my absolute favorite. And it goes on until June the 10th. Participating restaurants are creating innovative 3-course menus designed to impress. With these delectable options per course, you can savor the best of our destination's food scene at a fantastic price. Details at restaurantweekpv.com. Wednesday, May 21st from 6 to 8 p.m, it's La Pasarela, the arty fashion show and Felix Dion's Queer Loteria at Arte Vallarta Museo in Puerto Vallarta. Enjoy a fabulous night of fashion, art, tacos, drinks, and a wildly fun twist on the classic Loteria. Tickets include the show, 1 trip to the taco bar, and a drink. Get your cards for Queer Loteria by contacting Arte Vallarta Museo. Fashion, fun, food. Don't miss it. Get ready, Vallarta. It's time to lace up, dress up, and show your colours at the Rainbow Run 3K and 6K 2025 edition. Happening Sunday, May the 25th at 8 a.m. on the iconic Malecón of Puerto Vallarta. This fun and fabulous run is part of the Vallarta Pride celebration. Whether you walk, run, or strut, bring your brightest outfit and your loudest pride. Follow Carrera Rainbow PV and Vallarta Pride Official on Instagram to stay in the loop. Celebrate, run, be proud. Expo Cafe Bahía de Banderas is happening Thursday, May 23rd from 2 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. at Plaza Pública, Calle Revolución in Sayulita. Organised by the Government of Bahía de Banderas and the Department of Economic Development, this event highlights local coffee producers and offers a unique opportunity to showcase and market products while connecting with the restaurant and hotel sectors. For details, call 329-291-1870, extension 801 or 805. The sun, the sand, and the best beach volleyball in Mexico are coming your way this May 30th and 31st. Don't miss the CMVP tournament at Playa del Jole, featuring the top pro and youth duos from across the country. Men's and women's divisions, cash prizes for the winners, free entry, Playa del Jole, Puerto Vallarta, in collaboration with Commute Puerto Vallarta. Bring your towel, sunscreen, and cheer loud. These athletes are bringing the best to the beach. Puerto Vallarta, get ready. From Wednesday, May 21st to Sunday, May 25th, La Catrina Cantina brings you Gay Pride Week. 5 unforgettable nights in the heart of the romantic zone. Daily themed shows, an electrifying 80s extravaganza, and the best local artists like Kim Acha, Leah Alonso, Tony Kenneth, and more. And don't miss the grand final, Gala 3 of the Karaoke World Championships. Celebrate Pride with music, colour and non-stop party vibes. Only at La Catrina Catrina, where Pride is lived, celebrated and danced. The Fiestas Patronales of San Juan de Abajo are in full swing in Bahía de Banderas, and the celebrations continue this week through May 24th at the Plaza Pública. From May 20th to the 24th, enjoy incredible performances, including Hawaiian and Polynesian dance shows, live music from bands like Puro Guro, Banda Vallejo, and Banda Rafaja, plus cultural presentations and surprises every single night. Don't miss out on this vibrant tradition of music, dance, and community pride awaiting you in San Juan de Abajo. Okay, that's a wrap for this week. Stick around for more news.
Thank you so much, Melissa, for those events. Okay, it is heating up here in the Bay, but the action is not slowing down. Remember, this Sunday at 9 p.m., the Karaoke World Championships kick off at Catrina Cantina. I definitely won't be there doing it. I cannot sing. There's a 100 peso cover charge, but it's definitely worth checking out. Now, some news for families in Bahía de Banderas. Mayor Hector Santana Garcia has announced plans for a large new recreational park designed to provide a family-friendly public space. The proposed park would cover about 15 hectares along the highway corridor between Mezcales and San Juan de Abajo. It's planned as a lively green space with a mini train, a lake, a big fountain, an open-air auditorium, playgrounds, and plenty of trees. The mayor says the project will cost roughly 60 million pesos, not counting the land. To move forward, he's asking local people to submit land sale proposals for parcels in that area. Now, no timeline or bidding details have been released yet, but this does look like one of the biggest public investments in the region in years. Now, if it's built as planned, it will be similar to La Loma Park in Tepic, a large versatile park with plenty of attractions and green space. Some see this as a community-focused counterpart to the private Vedanta theme park being built during the Ameca River. But unlike that exclusive project, this new park will be open and accessible to all families in Bahía de Banderas. But I'm sure we're going to have some controversy, so stay tuned. It never is just that easy. But thank you so much to Zuriel Torres for that information and that story.
Well, sounds like a fun park. The Bay needs it, but it also needs all of the other parks that it already has renewed and well maintained before starting, with such a huge project. So now, let's go back to Puerto Vallarta. Tonight on CPS News, we bring you the vibrant pulse of Vallarta Pride 2025, a week-long celebrating of diversity, visibility, and community that's lighting up Puerto Vallarta with love and purpose. Let's hear it from Melissa.
The festivities have officially kicked off this past weekend with powerful, inspiring events that set the tone for what Pride truly means in our city. On Saturday, the streets roared with unity during the March Against Homophobia. Beginning at the Estado Municipal, hundreds came together to send a bold message. Love is love, and hate has no home in Vallarta. Later that evening, Calle 5 de Febrero transformed into a space of reflection and remembrance with the moving photo exhibition, No hay futuro sin memoria, There is no future without memory, a tribute to LGBTQ+ history told through stunning visuals and personal stories that stirred the soul. Sunday brought glamour and grace with the Red Gala, Proyectando Queer at the Top Sky Bar. A dazzling celebration of queer identity wrapped in elegance, visibility, and solidarity. And the celebration kept going strong today. Just an hour ago, Met a Ball It Up Industry nightclub with bold fashion, electrifying beats, and fierce self-expression, turning heads and hearts in equal measure. Earlier this evening, those doggy tails wagged with joy at the pet parade at the Tile Park. An adorable inclusive event where furry friends proudly strutted their rainbow best. But remember, Vallarta Pride is more than a party. It's a movement, a stand for equality, representation, and the celebration of identity in all its beautiful forms. And this week, it's just getting started. With information from Jesse Ruiz, Melissa Louise, CPS News.
Looks like good stuff, and as usual, it's a very busy, energetic, important week in Puerto Vallarta. We're honored to have it here, and all week long, partake of the festivities. Are you going to be down there?
Yes, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, and it's not only partying and fun stuff. They also have a lot of cultural stuff. They also have a lot of activities, like sporting activities. So, yep, and there is a lot of people here. A lot of the hotels are full because of this. So enjoy it, you guys. I hope you have fun with it.
Well, with that, it is the end of our show for this week. I hope you got some good information from us. I think we covered a lot of the spectrum this week of crazy news and important stuff. But, that's why you guys tune in, and we really, really thank you for that. And we hope to see you again next week.
Have a good night. We will see you.
Yeah, good night from CPS News. See you soon.
But remember, Vallarta Pride is more than a party. It's a movement, a stand